So before even we proceed, do we have any question for you who tried out, if you try to come up with something and you got a challenge, if you want to share it?
I wanted to say that when I was making the two-player game, it wasn't working so well, and I didn't yet have time when class ended. So I couldn't make a two-player game in like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So I think I'm going to make it after this class. So that's what I wanted to tell you.
All right.
Yeah, that's all.
Thanks, Christian. How about Ronela and Misha, please? And
Also, teacher. So like, like on Friday, will we be doing the presentation?
yeah, we shall send you an email inviting you to do your presentations soon.
So there are going to be judges and we'll see who's the best game creator.
Yes.
Okay. So can we start making our games like after this class?
Plus you can start making your project.
Teacher Solomon,
Yes.
when I was creating my own game about some dart guns, I was having trouble with the score and the darts. The dart was okay, but I was trying to make some things. I've not yet completed the whole game, but since we have been going through these lessons, now I know how to make the score go. So when I have the time, I'll fix it.
Okay. Do you need any help?
No, it's okay. I've understood how to make the score.
Okay, thank you very much. How about
Teacher Solomon? My hand is. So what are we going to present before the judges?
I will show you will see if you've seen the channel, you've seen what your previous participants were presenting. So it can be a project in agriculture, in health, it can be in education, it can be in transport. So it can be a project which helps people in different ways, in different communities, and also offering problems.
So are we going to be using Scratch for the presentation?
Yeah, both Scratch and also PowerPoint.
What do I do?
So like we are going to like make a game.
It can be a game, it can be any project. So I'll share with you something by the end of this meeting. Let me just finish this. After this presentation, I will share with you something which will guide you now to.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's take, I see Philip Collins Mugabe, please unmute. Let me share with you your link over email.
I'm good.
Okay, so
Good morning, Mr. Simon. When I was making my two-player game, I had some trouble. I put a feature whereby the moment a certain player hits the ball, the hits are counted. But now I failed to get away to restart the game.
do you want to share your screen and I take a look?
Yes.
Please do.
For me, I just click and then the whole screen becomes big.
This is what I had programmed. Now here we see that player one had 112 hits and the other player had 70, but now I failed to get away to restart.
Shared screen. Who is sharing their screen? Sorry, someone else was sharing. Sorry about that. Okay, now you can.
This is Philip.
Okay, yes, Phil. Sorry, in the beginning.
I was saying that I failed to get a way to reset the game.
To restart the game?
Yes.
How do you want to restart it? You mean by restarting, you mean that when
The moment one fails, the game is restarted.
Or do you with the same scores, or just the score has to go to 0?
Yeah, the score has to go to 0, the hits up, everything has to go back to the way it was at first.
Okay, then now that's the point where I use broadcast. Let me see your ball. Click on the ball and I see the code for the ball.
Ball is here.
The best ball. So you can start by saying set. When green flag is clicked, set scores. You set all variables to 0. And here, when you go to your variables, what do you have under your variables?
I have player 1 hits, player 1 score, player 2 hits, and player 2 score.
So you can set all of those 4 sprites to 0 when green flag is clicked. They first initialize to 0.
Okay. Thank you, teacher.
Who else? Benjamin, I see your hand is still up. Do you still want to speak?
I'm sorry, I just left my hand up.
All right.
I just left my hand up. I forgot it up. Sorry.
Let me share my screen. Okay, now, today we want to look at, we are going to look at this for only 30 minutes. Then the rest of the time you're going to be giving you presentation skills. So when we talk about more blocks, we talk about functions. How can you use functions? A function is something that you can create, a program which you create and you want to use it multiple times in Scratch or in your programming work. So we want to learn how to use them, and also we also intend to learn what recursion is, and also how to apply more blocks to design complex programs. So by complex programs, I mean programs which, if you didn't use functions, they would have like so many pages of code. But if you use functions, you can minimize that to maybe 1 page of code, and yet it delivers the same function that you intended it to deliver. So it would really be cool if you create your own blocks, your own creation, and it's unique of you. So this will enable you to add things that Scratch that doesn't have, and also to simplify your code. So to create pieces of code that are easy to use from different places. By different places, I mean, for example, just shared his screen and he had his sprite. So as we looked at in the previous class, how to copy one code to the other. So the same thing here, you don't need to copy. Here, you just need to call that function, just the way you're going to be seeing. Now, when you go to Scratch, if you're using Scratch 3.05 or 3.0 or 2. Anything, you can find more blocks. I think it's available on Scratch 3.0 or and above. And this block here, which is just below my variables, in the previous class, did we, just maybe to ask, who knows who can draw for us a square? Can make a program to draw for us a square? Okay, let's say a circle, not a square. Yes, Philip, I see your hand is up. Do you want to try? I can't hear you. Okay.
I'm ready to share. I just need permission to share my screen.
All right.
So we want to do something here. These are our controls. So here it has a circle. There we go. Our circle.
Nice. Now, that's drawing the circle manually, but you know how to make a program that draws the circle automatically.
No.
Who knows? I want someone to try, just out of curiosity. All right, so let me take the chance to do that with you. And in this case, I'm now going to be introducing variables, my more blocks. Let me start over my Scratch here. Open Scratch.
Should I open Scratch?
Yes. Open Scratch. You're not going to.
See, it's the last class. I thought
You
it's a
can.
graduation. I put my alarm for 1.
Okay. Now, this is my blocks. This is what I was talking about, my blocks. When you use my blocks, you can draw shapes automatically and you can write programs which can be reused. So let me just do an example for a square. If I make a block here, click on make a block and just say square. And then add an input, which will be either a number or a text here. It is. Then you just click OK. So my square can have length. This can be like the length of my square. And now, how do I draw my square? What's the process of drawing a square? I just want someone to draw on a whiteboard. Let me just start my whiteboard here. How would you draw a square? What is the process of drawing a square? Just share whiteboard here. I want someone to try and annotate my screen and come up with a whiteboard. Ethan, if you're not drawing the whiteboard, then just don't annotate the screen. Okay. This is whiteboard. Now, to draw a square, what I would need is to pick a pen. Very good, Philip. So what Philip did, he got a pen. So the first thing, let me just write here the process. You get a pen and place it.
Teacher, that internet disconnected me, so I couldn't see.
So repeat to me.
No, Scratch.
Up, Scratch.
Yeah, just say Scratch.mit. And so a pen, after getting a pen and place it on paper.
My internet connection was unstable.
After, okay, just a moment.
Teacher, can you hear me?
Yeah, just follow through.
Christian, should I hotspot?
So, a moment. get a pen, place it on paper. And after placing the pen on paper, you now need to, what's the next process? Who wants to try? What's the next step? Yes, Trami?
Writing on the paper.
Writing on paper, let me see, write on paper. Now imagine, no, I want a process for drawing a square, not to write something. So let me first hear from Ronelle and Misha. What would be if I wanted to draw a square? After putting the pen on paper, what would I do?
Do I have to annotate the screen?
You can't, no, you can just mention.
Okay, first of all, you need to make sure it goes up, the pen you write up, and then you go right, and then down, and then you go left.
Nice, nice. So you say we first make the pen to go up and then go right and then down and left. Let's hear from Benjamin.
Where do you get the paper from?
The paper is already here.
What about the pencil?
No, just give me the, if you are to draw it at home, just give me that process. You want to try? The process of information.
Mommy, that's his child.
Lines are equal.
Mhm.
When the lines are equal, you have to make sure they are straight. Don't make it round. Make sure
Okay.
they are straight. That's all I know.
Nice, nice. So your friend here says you have to make the lines not to be bumpy, but straight. So by straight, he means if I was to draw, let me start. After putting the pen on paper, I would draw this line like this, going down. Then what you missed out is to turn. You have to turn 90 degrees. So after this, I would require to turn.
But Mommy, it's not that halfway.
So then you turn 90 degrees to come this side here. Sorry, this can't draw a line. Let me just get another one. So this line, this square here has 90 degrees. You see, we turn here 90 degrees through this angle here. And after reaching here, we also turn 90 degrees. Then we'll turn 90 degrees. That's what enables the line not to be bumpy and to be straight, just like Liam said here. So to do that in Scratch, let me just now move to Scratch and demonstrate that automatically. Needs charging. Now, I said, no, not now. So we said the first thing that we do, if you've just joined us, don't worry. We are just starting. So you just need to go to My Blocks and then click on Make a Block, then call it, so let me make the triangle. I'm making the second one, just demonstrate how we make a block. Then I add its input. You can either not add, but for now, let's say if we didn't add, what would happen? It would just be without an input. So this is defining. We have defined the triangle and the square, but let me start with the program for a square. What we would require here is to go to extensions, click on extensions, which is just down here. Click on extensions. It's just there, down here. Then get a pen. This is pen.
So
Some people who are asking, you just click on the pen.
I click.
Yes. Like that. And
How
then
do
we
I do that?
just turn it off, close. So if you have a pen here, the first thing to do is to erase. Okay, the first thing to do is to put the pen down. But before putting the pen down, you need to select the pen. So I select the pen whose color I make to, let me choose, you choose the color. That's what I'm doing. Set pen color. You get a pen and set pen color. After going to my blocks here, then make a block called square. After setting the pen, then the pen color, you need to set the pen size. So you look for set pen size. Set pen size, which is here. And you can change the pen size to anything that you want. So depending on how thick your pen should be. So if you want it to be thicker, you increase the size. And yeah, then now you can add the set pen color, set pen size. So now after this, we need to start making the rotations and turning. So these rotations and turning are made after putting the pen down, like that.
Why set pen size?
Look around. So we put the pen down, then we go to control and we get the repeat 10 times here, put it here. So for the case of a square, everyone knows that a square has 4 sides. So I would repeat the lines 4 times, like that. And then we all know that we move. We said to draw the lines, you have to move. So I can put the move here. And also in moving, I turn. I need to first turn anyway before even moving. I turn 90 degrees to draw. Then after making the drawing, I need to put the pen up. Putting the pen up, I mean removing it from the paper. So which is pen up here. So this program here, it would enable us to draw. Let me show you how we can now write a program. I can say events. And under events, I say when letter S is pressed. When letter S, I just click on this, then it can bring the S. Events is scroll up. Space is there. Anywhere, just.
Now what do I do?
Then when S is pressed, what you need to do is to just come to my blocks here and put a square here. So in the line for where we have side length here, I can just put maybe this is side length. And then I need to move maybe a square of 70 70 units as the side.
How do I get this one?
You can always just get it from here. There are so many of them. So when I press S, my square is going to be drawn, which I can always hide.
Which S do I do?
For those who are using mobile devices, if you don't have keys, you can just use the when green flag is clicked. You can just use when green flag is clicked here, and then you put the square. So if I wanted to increase the size of the square, I would just put here maybe 200, and then I just press S, and it will draw. I would not need to now work with my function. And this can draw, if I wanted to draw two squares, I can say maybe go to random position here and draw square, and then wait, say wait, maybe 2 seconds. Then I again go to random position. Okay, let me just have this and I make this to happen forever and you see what happens. So to clear, I can say when green flag is clear, when maybe spacebar is clicked, I need to clear everything, erase all, such that when I press spacebar, everything is erased. And when I press S, squares are going to always be created automatically like that. I chose this to be 50. And something you need to notice, if I wanted my squares to be of a different color, I would say under pen, change pen color, which is here, by 10, and put it here. Then let me try out now.
Now what do I click? What?
Yes.
Where's the screen? See what's happening.
So because you didn't put the pen down, you have to come here. You see my pen down, it's here. If you forget pen down, it's not going to draw. So I want you to just first do this simple program, which draws squares in random positions automatically. Celium also has. So if you're done, just type in the chat before we can move to another program. So the importance of this side length here, I didn't specify the number of sides. I can just put here nothing. Then I just put my side number or text here, which I can now be inputting from here. If I wanted to reduce it, I could say 10. And then it's now going to be drawing small squares as you're seeing here. So now the squares, the size decreases here for the squares.
So cute.
If you're done, please type in the chat and let me know if you've successfully drawn squares. Then someone can try drawing a triangle, a circle, a hexagon using functions. So now the same thing for a triangle. Let me just now delete this triangle so I can make another one. So for triangle, I can also add input here. And this would be my function now for a triangle.
I get triangle. Where's triangle?
Great,
Where do I
Renee.
go?
I just go to my blocks and then create another block here, make a block, then call it triangle. So we all know that a triangle has 3 sides. And for the first time, you're going to just draw an equilateral triangle of maybe a definite size or length. I can still wait, give a minute for I see some people are not yet done. Like Ethan.
Well, I click this.
Yes, perfect. That's okay.
How did I put this one?
Let's see. And yes, press it down here. Okay, now, if you're done with that, I want you to try out a triangle. And I'll tell you how you can, where you can apply this. So for a triangle, the same thing, we set the pen color. Maybe to, I think this is not working. I'll have to put it this side.
Well, what do I do? Size of pen?
So now, when I say square, it's now drawing some weird shapes here. So now for the triangle, let me just put a triangle here such that you can see it very well. I set the pen color. Ryan, please stop annotating my screen. I'll give you 1 hour of annotating screen after. I always do that. So the first thing is to set pen color, maybe to this time round, I want to draw this color, which is maybe that would do. And then we set the pen size. Set pen size, which is somewhere here.
Yeah.
Set pen size to maybe, let me try out 8 this time. And then put the pen down. Put pen on paper. Then we go to the control and we get the repeat here.
Pen.
And on getting the repeat, we now, the triangle has 3 sides. Not so. Triangle has 3 sides. Let me just do this.
Oh.
So this is a
draw
right angled triangle. This would be an equilateral triangle. Like that. So what we want is this. Just a moment. We want to measure
All lines must be
this
straight.
angle here and this angle. For a square, we realized that this was 90. Let me just take this down. So, but for this, I want someone to try. Why for this we had 90 degrees going over, and when you add 90 or multiply 90 by 4, you get 360. So how do we determine this angle? Someone try. Let someone try and let me know which angle shall we have here. Yes, Ronel and Misha.
Might it be somewhere between 30 to 50?
Yes, but how? We know the total sum of interior angles is 360 for any shape that you're going to be making. So how we got this 90? We got 360 divided by 4 sides and we got 90. So how do we get this?
360 divided by. We divide 360 divided by 3. Is that what we're supposed to do?
Yes, yes. And what do you get?
Give me a few times. 360 divided by 3. Is it 120?
Yeah, 120. So you turn, you go to motion here and get the turn. Then now at this time you turn 120 degrees. So that's how you determine the degrees for turning for each shape. Yeah. And then you move. Instead of moving 10 steps, I just move the side, the number here, because you want it to be determined by the program, not the function. This is a function. These are functions and these are the programs. Now, after this, you put your pen up. So I go to pen and I put the pen up. Like this. So you can say, in this case, you just repeat the same program here and say, you go to events and say, when letter T for triangle, if you're using a computer, if you're using a phone, just say when green flag is clicked. If you're using a computer and it has a keyboard, then feel free to use the letters. Then go to motion, go to random position, and then just go to my blocks and draw a triangle like this.
How do you find the goal reps?
So here you're just telling it to go to any position randomly. It chooses its own position. That's why you just go to random position. Then here you can say maybe let it be of side 50. And maybe you keep on waiting. I go to control to wait. Maybe after every 3 seconds, it makes this drawing. It goes to the random position and draws. So I got the forever to make it do it continuously. And that's another program. So what happens here is when I just pressed my space and I pressed S and T, it would make the shapes, both shapes now. That. So I see some hands are up. Let me start with Benjamin. Please, if you have a question, feel free to unmute.
I'm sorry, I forgot my hand up.
No worries. How about you, Christian?
I was going to ask, before making blocks, but you
I think you're breaking internet maybe. Okay.
Is it like
Yeah.
you can just
See over your pen. Get erase out. Hello. You didn't put a pen down on your, where's your block for triangle? down, then up.
It depends on what it depends on.
It's random. They are moving forward. Okay, so let's have Philip. I see your hand is up.
Teacher, when I try to draw my square and my triangle, Torres first brings a long line, then it draws another long line, then it draws. So how can I fix that?
Which size are you using for your? Sometimes you can choose a side which is bigger than your square, your screen. That's how it can draw a long line going through. If you don't mind, please share your screen and I see.
Okay.
No, oh, you're not put one green by the split instead of split.
So my settings, why if I press A, it would erase everything, but it always first brings this line, then after that it draws the square. It brings another line and then draws the square.
Okay, I want you to first erase all. Oh, sorry, if I'm too fast, try me. I'm going to try it slow down.
It's nothing rectangles and squares.
Okay, now that is your triangle. Let's first pause and show me the code for the function for your triangle.
Damn it. Also use making triangles.
No, I had not yet started in the triangle. I was first figuring out what was wrong with the square.
Okay.
And here's the code.
Where you set the pen size, put the pen
How do I
down,
make it?
turn, move those states, and then you say change
How do I make
color
this
by
bigger?
10. Okay, wait. So then when you press space, forever go to random, you try to make the square to be at 30 and we see
Okay.
the size here to be 30. Sometimes the screen may be smaller, that's why.
What did you pick? That's
Thank
just
you, teacher. It has now worked.
Okay.
this is someone else's screen.
Yeah. So to change the size, you just click where it is 50. That's the size. You can always be improving on it, increasing it. Now, let me see in the chat. Teacher, you may please teach me how to collect my crystals one night. Then you also first finished both. Oh, that's great, Ronel and Misha. So now, if you've finished that, I want you to draw for me a 6-sided polygon. Someone share your screen and just take us through how to draw a 6-sided polygon. Who wants to give it a try? Who wants to try? If no one is trying, then I'm going to do it. I see your hands up. Okay, nice. Thanks, Phil. So I want to,
I'm doing a new project.
yes.
So we'll first go to my blocks and insert what we want to do. So here I'll put a 6-sided polygon is a hexagon. Sure, it seems like my computer is freezing.
Sometimes if it phrases like that, you first close the whole program, then you reopen it.
How do you spell hexagon?
Okay.
Hexagon.
X.
HE.
Make a book. Text. So now we'll get our pen and we'll set the pen color we want. Then we'll set the pen size. It's going to be 5. Then we'll put pen down. And after that, we'll go to control and we'll repeat it 6 times. Then we'll go to motion. We'll put the steps you want it to move. We'll be turning 15 degrees.
Looks like you're just annotating the screen. But what is the, how did you determine the angle to turn? What do we say?
Supposed to turn
You have to use mathematics now. I told you the sum of interior angles is 360. So to determine the angles to turn while drawing your shape, you get the total sum of interior angles and then divide by the number of sides of your shape or your polygon. That should be
360 divided by 6.
flag.
Yeah, you okay. Now let's first. Who wants to give to help Philip determine the number of sides? Just raise up your hand. I see Ronel and Misha. Yes, your hand is up here.
360 divided by, since it's 6 sides, 360 divided by 6. See, is it 50?
That's close, but not quite.
55.
No. Let's give a chance to Benjamin. Benjamin, please, do you want to try? If your hand is up.
I was not asking to help Philip, but I was asking if I could share my screen to show you where I've reached.
Okay.
The answer is 60.
Okay, Philip, you can you can continue now. You mind if you put a weight?
I beg your pardon?
Mind if you put a weight before drawing the next hexagon? Maybe wait 4 seconds, or wait 2 seconds, or wait 1 second. And then you put a forever to enable you to make it continuous. No, even go to random position has to be inside the forever.
Okay.
Now, first erase everything and try. First stop and erase everything.
Still making the line.
First, click on the red flag, and the red flag, then click on the green flag. Then erase. And then you try.
Oh, Jesus.
You didn't even put the
green flag isn't working.
You put the pen, you didn't put the pen up. That's why your drawing keeps on continuing. So you have to put the pen. After drawing, you put the pen up on the paper.
Where do I put the pen up here?
Below, after drawing. Yes. It should say when green flag is clicked instead of. Okay, Phil, successful. Should I share my screen now? Let me share my screen. People want a 5 minutes break. I'm going to give it to you. But before, let me just do this to make sure that let me share my screen just a moment. Now, let's stop this. So here for my hexagon, just take these away since I don't need them anymore. We do our hexagon here. So for hexagon, I just come to my blocks. He was right. So I will not do the hexagon since Philip has already done it. Now let me do a pentagon. And I just add an input here. Click on add input, then I press OK. And for a pentagon, And what I need is to first get the you get the pen, you set the pen color, set pen size, then put the pen on paper as a process. So as I'm doing this, I want someone to, now Kyla will come in to make for us a program to draw a circle, which is the most difficult. If you can draw a circle, then consider yourself a hero.
What do I do?
After this, then you put the pen, set pen, pen color. And this time round, I want to choose black. And then I set the pen size to maybe, let me see, 7. And then I put the pen on paper, put pen down. After this, I go to control. And then I repeat. Instead of 10 times, this one, a pentagon has 5 sides. So I put 5 sides. For those, my friends who are in kindergarten, let me draw for you how a pentagon, draw for a pentagon. This is a kind of a pentagon, but another one would just be like this. Sorry, my art is not that good.
Just need a little practice.
Thank you.
Practice
So
what-
this would be a pentagon. You want to practice to draw a pentagon? Draw for us one on the paper. So this is a pentagon. These are pentagons. They have 5 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if you've never seen a pentagon, this is how it looks like. It's one side ahead of a square. So here I would say, what am I repeating? I go to motion, then I need to turn. So now to find the degrees here, what I would do is to get 360 divided by 5 sides. This would be equal to 72. Do your mathematics, then get the answer. If I'm wrong, you can tell me, teacher, you need to do some more mathematics.
Never done it for me. I just go to calculate.
So the angle to turn here is 72. And then you move. You can change this. I told you remove, just let nothing be here. And then you just put the number here. Move number steps. And then you put the pen up here. And that pen, then put pen up. So to draw a pentagon, I would just go to events and I say when P is pressed, I click here to space, then to look for my P. For if you're using a phone or tablet, just use when you target click. Don't use this because you don't have a keyboard. So P,
Now what do I do with it?
you will add a program down here. You just come to my blocks and now get pentagon here. Put it here. And then can say let this be 40. And after drawing this, you want first to go to a random position. So I can say more, go to motion and I go to random position. Then I go to control, I get a weight. Maybe 5 seconds forever. Yeah. So as we plan to take a break, as requested by our friend Christian, I want us to just try out this. Press P. The square is going to be, the pentagon is always will be drawn at random positions. As you're seeing.
Now I click green flag.
Yeah. Congratulations. So if I wanted a triangle, I just press T, then the triangle can also be drawn. If I wanted, which other shape did I make? Square, press S, then square can also be made. So that's the use of functions. Wow. So if you want to, at this moment, I want, Kyla, do you want to try a square, a circle, or we give a chance to Ronel and Misha?
Circle.
Yes. Please raise up your hand if you want to draw a circle for us. The circle is the last shape, then we move on to something else. Let me stop sharing my screen, then let's get that volunteer. Kyla, are you ready? Are you ready? Or we give a chance to, okay, who wants to try?
Just to make a circle.
Mr. Solomon, I'm not ready.
All right.
Another program.
My brother said they want to go.
Yes.
Who is that?
You don't know them.
Okay, then Ronel and Misha, please share your screen and show us if you want to.
Okay, I'm going to start sharing screen now. So wait.
How do you spell circle?
Like this.
There are just some problems with the circle. It just keeps on making a line.
Because you didn't put the pen down.
We did put a pen down. We did. See, Misha, stop placing that, please. See, we put a pen down. It's here.
Okay, now, how many sides does, I think that's not right. You don't, what number of sides are you repeating?
What number of sides?
Sides
I just put,
have.
this is what I put here.
That's wrong. We have not put under repeat. We have not put that side block on under repeat. So the number of times you repeat is the number of sides of that shape. So if you know the number of sides a square, a circle has, then you will be able to determine.
I don't want it to repeat again. Yeah, this is actually.
Okay, and stop sharing your screen and I do it for you.
Okay, let me.
That's not rude.
It's just helping.
They're not really doing it. It's not working properly.
Okay, stop sharing your screen and I'm going to teach you how to do it.
I'm trying, but it's not quite working.
Yes.
Don't know how to stop sharing your screen.
What?
I'm trying, but there's nothing. Oh yeah, okay. Okay, now it worked.
Thank you.
Let me just wait for you to search.
Now to draw a circle.
Yeah, I've
Yes.
saved mine.
Just going to draw my circle here now. So I come to my blocks here and making a circle. So a circle like that. That's the correct spelling of circle. And then I add an input here. So you want to change it, you just come here, then click on it, edit, then now you can put circle here. Now, after adding the input, then just press OK here. So this is the program for drawing a circle. Do you repeat the same thing? Set the pen color. Set the pen size. And then you put the pen down. It has gone. Huh?
I'm waiting for you. Man is supposed to say, because I'm sure my uncle is there. The way I've put pen down. Can you put pen down?
Pen down.
Let's pen down.
Okay. You learn smarter than me. Now, after this, you come to get the control and put repeat. Yeah. And you're going to repeat. How many sides does a circle have?
0. 0 sides.
So from today, I want you to know that a circle has
Nothing.
360 sides.
It has no sides.
It has sides. From today, learn that.
Just like this.
So a circle has, no one should lie to you that a circle doesn't have sides. The earth is circular and it has sides. It has 360 sides.
Don't forget.
So you can start telling your friends a circle has 360 sides. And then we are now going to turn 1 degree because you divide 360 degrees divided by 360 sides to get 1 degree here. And then you move. Moving, you don't move 10 steps, you move only 1 step because the sides have to be very small, not to be seen. And then you go to pen and put the pen up. So when I go to my events, and I say, when up arrow is pressed, I want to come to my blocks and I draw a circle of maybe size 60. And maybe I go to random position.
By flag. Used by green flag.
Yes. Then I go to wait, maybe 4 seconds. Then I get my forever here. So when I press my up arrow here, I should be getting my circle. I press up arrow. So the circle is drawn like that. Wow, I see someone here also is having a circle. Yeah, 26 being drawn. Oh, my piece is going to work out.
Yes, let me buy it. Let me buy it. Oh, you want to buy it for us?
Yeah. So,
You buy it. Yeah.
so we have money.
I'm buying.
Yes, sorry, Ethan, do you still want to share your screen?
Yes.
Share your screen now. Sorry, I was muted.
Buy 3,000. Actually, buy 4,000. Go on. Okay, you referred. Now you referred.
They're making apples now doing.
Okay.
How to make an apple? Now I learned how to make an
My
apple.
apple is making circles, little circles. But I don't know how to change my circles to be big.
You're just making dots. Anyway, you follow the program that I put here for circles, but that's really creative of you. I love your work. If you can just maybe put, let me just increase my screen here so you can see. This is my function for a circle. And I told you a circle has 360 sides. So let me just write in here. The circle has, so to get, a circle has 360 divided by 360 sides.
So far, you see, me, I'm actually learning. So far, I meant a pentagon. I meant many things.
Equals to 1. So that's why we turn 1 degrees here. A circle has 360 sides, but we saw a pentagon has only 5 sides. So a circle has the most number of sides than any shape you've ever heard of. It has 360 sides. So let's say, what if we were drawing a shape which has, so let me just stop my annotation here.
You made a triangle.
A shape which has try out a shape which has 300 sides. What would happen? Let me just try out this to show you. If I now say the up arrow, and I say, so this will not be a circle because it has 300 sides. You see, it now ends here. It's not complete. So we need more 60 sides. More 60 sides to complete our circle. And that's why I said the circle has 360 sides like that.
Listen, for me, I think mine is going to finish.
So if you want to draw a shape which is like a half circle, if I wanted the half circle, I would just write 180 degrees. If I wanted the half circle. See, if I wanted such a curve, I would just write a program and it turns this number of sides, 180 sides like that. That's how you can play around. Yeah.
That's how you can play around. Yeah. Have you seen my car? No, the one there. Did you see my car?
I'm getting to you.
It's very good.
Bruh. I can even sell that Ferrari cafe.
You can sell that one engineer.
Now, any question? Let's take a 3 minutes break, 2 minutes break for Christian to feel okay. So Christian, this is for you. I see Kyla's hand is up. Kyla, please unmute.
Teacher Solomon, please give me, during the break, please give me a few more minutes so that I can finish up. I joined a bit late, so I'm catching up, but I don't need any help. Thank you.
So let's have a 3 minutes break. 2 for Christian, 1 for Kyla. You can be trying out other shapes. I see Trami. Trami, please unmute.
I was just saying that I had not yet finished the one for the hexagon.
Okay, you can just maybe try look at the one for pentagon and draw this. The hexagon would have 6 and the degrees would be 60 here.
For you, you just put yours down. You have $7 of mine. You have $7 of mine. For you, you'll just put it down. For me, mine are 5. Yeah.
Five,
Also,
yeah.
you know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Let me download Scratch. You can continue with your classes.
Continuing as taking your break. You can also be assembling.
Let's pass it. If this is what we show this morning, like that, you think someone do.
Did you assemble this car?
I didn't have that thing, so I don't have the more. It just look weird. What is there a stick here?
She knows you ask your mechanic.
Why is there a stick here?
Where is the Arduino board?
Look at that car. Look at that car. Don't you want to marry Micah? Don't you want to marry Micah? Just look at it.
Beautiful. This is really beautiful. It's a Ferrari.
Beat that. I use the ratios of a Ferrari car. I'm going to use mine and start measuring the wires and the wheels. If you 3D print that.
Okay, I see. Sorry, I didn't mute myself. But I see someone's hand is up. That is Ethan, Christian, Ethan, and Benjamin. If you want to speak, feel free to just hit. Let me allow you to do that. You can just unmute yourself. As we are still taking the break, feel free to talk to each other. Thank you. That's
Teacher Solomon. Is it a
Benjamin, please, you're muted. I said you unmute if you wanted to speak, and then we can.
Teacher Solomon, is it okay if I can share my screen and I show you what I have done?
Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah, of course. Where is the pen? First, give me a pen. After this, we have to learn how to make scrolling back groups. Then the class is done for today.
What?
Is a pen?
What are scrolling back? What?
Making the games, you played games, you always see the scrolling back groups.
Scrolling back.
Wow. The circles are too big. I can't even notice what you're coming up. Let me see your code for a circle. Just show me the code for a circle.
Teacher Solomon is what I've done.
Okay, if it's out of creativity, that's fine. Your circles, I feel, are too big. I see Ethan saying I've done the circle. It is a good circle. Can I share my screen? Okay, you'll share your screen after Benjamin. So Benjamin, why are you turning? For a square, you're not supposed to turn 20 degrees. You turn 90 degrees. A square has 4 sides, so you get 360 divided by 90. This is now turning and moving. So you go to motion and make the turn 1 degree. Okay, you want to ask? Okay, let's give a chance to Ethan. Ethan, you can share your screen. Then we shall give a chance to Kyla, Christian, Ronelle. I see your hand is
Now
up.
what else do I put? Do I put move?
Yeah, move now. Move also one step to enable the start to draw the circle.
No. What else do I do? I put this.
Oh, you can. Then you say here one. Inside circle you put one. Oh no, here you don't put. For a circle, just put one side, one step. Benjamin, you can stop sharing your screen and we give a chance to, because I can't hear you. Let's see. Ethan, let's first hear from Kyla, then we shall get to. So,
Teacher Solomon, who is with you?
introduce yourself. Yes, yourself.
My name is Liam Kimara, and I'm also doing here a project. That's the same as you.
Okay. Hi, Liam. We were just confused why today you weren't with a backdrop and was next to you.
All right. Thanks. So let's get Ronelle.
Every time I try to make a circle, it tries in the scratch. After, when it's changed into a random position, it just draws a line and then starts drawing the circle.
Your screen and I see.
Okay.
Mommy, my
Now, where is your block for a circle?
It's here.
I wanted to ask.
Okay.
Is my audio working? Oh, teacher, I wanted to ask if the break has ended.
First, clear everything and we see. Okay, first.
Teacher, has my break ended?
Yeah, your break has ended.
Okay.
So zoom out. Just
So we're making something else now.
Now start.
inside the circle.
See, it just draws a line and then starts the circle. Yeah, that's what keeps on happening. And every time when we try to fix it, it just gets a bit worse.
Your screen is small, so try changing this to 40.
Our size is okay. Kayla, our size is okay.
You must have made a mistake with the coding.
Which coding?
So that's it.
For the circle.
No, that's okay. We have seen it and it's okay.
Now, pen. So
Teacher, has the class ended?
It's still not working. See, I told you to get worse. It isn't getting worse. Just stop saying points.
instead of putting pen up, you put pen down. Where pen down is supposed to be pen up, you put pen down. So just interswitch those.
So I put here.
No, pen down is supposed to be there, but down. After the repeat, you're supposed to have pen up, not pen down. You're repeating the same thing.
I want to show them my coding.
Show them.
But first I need the screen to be big because when I show it, it only shows the top part.
You can share your screen.
Remote control. It's still not working.
You first to work now. Pen up. Oh, just first stop everything. Then yeah. It has to work now.
Wow. Okay. How did you share your screen here? I want to show them my coding. So they can know the mistake.
So Renelle, is it now working?
No, it's not, because it still does that. And then sometimes it just stops before making a full circle like how we did now.
So they can know how to share.
Okay. Now that's fine. You increase the waiting minutes to seconds to let it be 6 seconds, because sometimes it can be drawing, then it's told to go
It's a full circle now.
let's wait 6 seconds. I need to wait to give it some time.
Make that side 6.
You can't just pay attention to the other students because they're also sharing their screens.
8.
So can you take me back to scratch since now I know? No, wait, you're supposed to be listening to other students. You know these people.
Let me see.
See, it still stops in the middle of making a circle.
Yeah, also starting.
I'm saying, are they worse? Remember what to apply to their school.
They're going to teach you Scratch.
Yes, but
Wait. Okay, at least it's getting a little bit better now.
You're supposed to go to Python and C++, but you still play. Okay, now you can stop sharing your screen. Let me see. That should now work. Let's now give only one person a chance. Let's now see what response. Let me share my screen and we learn something else.
now you take me back to scratch. Now I have to learn something.
Take the front.
They have told you to focus. Listen to your friend's band.
Now, after this, you need to the thing I told you is to modify this to make waiting 10 seconds. And then when I draw a circle,
Okay, and now I know how to do it. Go to the coding thing. Go to that.
One is still making.
Go to filter. Now go to press background.
so sometimes you realize that something I wanted to say is
Virtual background.
When you make it to, if you want to draw many circles, it will be drawing the other circle and then stop because of this seconds. But when I remove the forever here, something, then I just draw a circle here. It will draw the circle. So if you want to draw many circles, going in random positions, you always have to modify the waiting seconds here. It has stopped because I chose here, but if I make 360 to make a circle, I have to draw my circle here. So, yeah. And if now I wanted to make it forever, I just bring the forever here. And I just choose this to maybe 5 seconds. Then I say this. Then I see if it will complete within 5 seconds. So that should really work for everyone.
question. Yeah, I'm doing very well.
Like that. I can even put the waiting time to be 1 second, such that it does it very fast.
Keep on making the beer. Continue the beer. It's cool. Keep making the beer. Yeah, I could it again.
1 second will not be enough. Just-
Come and see hexagons, please.
Pardon?
Add more shapes. Add a Y. Add a Y.
So let's learn the last thing. Let me save my work, then we need 10 minutes to conclude the file. What? Seriously?
Somebody has said to get screenshots of their phone. It's so funny, my friend uses JavaScript, and I believe Python is better, so I'm not yet happy. Because the new thing we're going to learn here, I'm already prepared. We're already going to make a blog. I'm already going to make a blog. I've saved my things.
Now, click after saving, you just click file, then new project, and then press OK here. So at this moment, we want to learn how to make scrolling backdrops. So I'll just come here and I paint. I remove the cut. Then I come here to paint. Yeah. I click on paint a new backdrop, a new sprite, not backdrop. And I just want to make.
How do I click?
Just follow. So I'll click on the square here to I remove the outline. I told you how to. Then I'll just have maybe black.
Just cross the out. I click cross.
And then I just make the outline of the road. Can be using a brush, or I can use this. Then I change this to white. After that, now, so to make this scrolling backdrop, I will, let me call this a road. I come here to, let me put a tree if I even proceed. So a tree is colored green. So I increase the brightness to choose my color green. Yeah. Then I just want to draw a simple tree here without an outline, of course. Then I just copy this and I paste.
How do you make the dots? How do you make the dots?
I give it to you. You have one, you have one.
How do you make the
Then I paste this.
Where do you make the dots?
So let me change the color to green from here. Paste this. So you can make your cool trees. Me, I'm just flashing. That's why my tree is not cool.
Okay, now I make trees.
Yeah. The dots you make using a line, but first make a tree. Dots made by a line. Then I now need to make the stem of the tree, which I can use the square here. And then I change that color to the color of the stem, which this will do. And I just use a line, use the same color here. So this color of the stem, then I increase this to maybe 4. And I make this stem here. Look at the branches. You can decide to put some fruits, circle, maybe inside here.
How do you make it?
And this same tree, I can just right click it here. Okay, so then I need to paint another. No, wait, I will. Let me just conclude this class. Then I paint another sprite here. And this is now going to be specifically for a building. And this is how I draw my simple buildings. I just draw something like this. And then I come and draw something here. Like this, and this I can change the color of this too. So I can draw a very simple building. And this I bring it forward, like that. Now, when someone is in a car or when the game is going on, the buildings keep on moving. So this has to be moving. So we do that by coding it. I come to code and I say, maybe when green flag is clicked, I first need to go to this position here. So I can go to a position, I pull my house inside this side. Then I go to motion here and I go to this position, but I'm interested in the X. So if this house comes closer in this side, this reduces. If it goes the other side, it increases. So I can say this, let it be 360. It should go to a hidden position that side, or maybe 390. I don't want to see it when green flag is clicked. That makes sense. I said 500. Okay, makes sense to just maybe look at 380. And after this, 9 minutes left. Okay. So after going to this position, you now need to create a clone. Before even creating a clone, you go to looks and hide it because I don't want to see it when green flag is clicked. And then you go to control, get the forever. Then below at control, you look for create clone of myself and wait after every 5 seconds. And say 5 or 6 seconds, whatever you choose. That's making the clones of the house. You don't want the house to be coming differently, but now I also want the house to be changing its color. So I come to looks and then I change color effect by something. Or so if I change by 25, let me try by 25. So when I start as a clone here, when I start as a clone, it's under events, under control, sorry. When I start as clone, I need to go to, sorry. I should start this position here. Now I need to point towards. So point in direction. This side, -90, because it's going to be moving. The cars move going the other side, then the house faces this side. So after pointing in this direction, then I'll get my control and I get my forever here. Don't worry.
I don't know how to make a ground.
Then I start moving. Maybe let's say 5 steps. I'm going to come to. And so this is what happens. I press green flag. And we needed to also put in some to show. After pointing in direction, we need to show. So I show this here. I press green flag. The house comes upside down. So I want to go to motion and I say set rotation style. Left, right, like that. So the houses will be moving in the opposite direction. If I had a car here, let me just get a car which I already painted. So let me upload one and search for car here. So now this is my car. And I would just code my car. Let me just first make it small to maybe 50. And I say when green flag is clicked, I just go to control and I get the forever looks next costume after every 0.5 seconds. And maybe I can keep on moving the car. So maybe 1 step or 0.5 steps. Let me see what happens. These tires are just not seen. So let me see if I can get a better tire, a better car with better tires. Or what I'm going to do, I'm just going to use a person.
How hard do you draw a car?
Oh, sure. So let me just use someone who can be seen here. And I say, when green flag is clicked, control forever, wait 1 second, then next costume here. This should, I'm going fast because we have been doing this over and over. Or I can even remove the weight. Sorry, that will be weird. So 0.5, 0.1, like that. And if I go to my costumes, there's this leg here, which has about 2 legs. I can remove it. That's my person. And now walk. The trees are also walking. So if I wanted to make the road to also walk, I would do the same code which I added to the building. So that's the technique of making scrolling backdrops. Let me take some questions. If you wanted this person to also change their position, you can put them to move, maybe to change their position. So that now 3 minutes left. So I want to take some questions. I see Ronel and Misha, please. Your hand is up.
Please, may you just wait a bit?
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
The houses.
Okay, if you want such animations which are already painted, you can, we shared with you the link where these animations are. You can just download any using my the link I sent. Let me see if I can share the link again.
I'm not imagining how I'm going to be able to what? To design like a human in that app. I'm just imagining how much time it's going to take. Like to make the curves of the body, to make the body. I'm going to die. I'm going to die.
Let me first get for you the link where you can get the, just searching for it here. So this is the link. If you want to get the sprites, you can use that link and download some of these sprites. They are already there. I uploaded them to the screen. So I see, hold on. Sorry, I just didn't share my screen. Now I see Kyla. Kyla, your hand is up. Do you want to say something? Where you drawing? You're drawing the face mask.
Sorry, I left my hand up.
How about Christian?
I'm not going to make that. I'd rather make the car. So, yeah.
I'm passionate about cars. Draw the car. Try to use these shapes to draw a car. If I choose this, then you put the tires using the circle. That. Now, as they're still winding up, you should note that to make scrolling backdrops, you use the technique of clones. And when the clone reaches here, you can now bring an if here. Say if it's greater than, because it's now coming this side. So if it's less than, the exposition, I go to motion and I say, if exposition is less than, maybe let's say minus 300, then you delete this clone. So I go to control and I delete this clone like that. So the clones don't have to be hanging here. If I were you,
I was just going to ask you, now what I am learning is if you want to get other stripes besides how you
Now I am told you we are coming, but there was nothing the answer.
Wait, I'm just going to. So if I were these dots always, which are in the middle of the road here, let me just get to the road to complete this. So I will just remove these dots here, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do about the dots to make them move. So on the road, I'll just come here and I paint another sprite, and this is just going to be a dot, a white dot. So I can say this is just a dot in the line, and I just choose a line here, then just make one line like that. Then here, while coding, I will say under code for that line, I will say when green flag is clicked, first of all, I need to take it to, I go to motion. Let me first bring it upwards before I want to see it. So I first bring it, go to front layer. Ah, thanks.
Yeah, your head almost caused the accident. So this is just
So the line is up here. I need to bring it here to the road like this. And this line is the one I want to be creating clone of. So I will say, I will just repeat the same code I did here. So let me just copy the code. Okay, let me just do it. So I go to a position here, which should be maybe somewhere here. Sorry. And the dot here, dot front there. So this dot here, I hide it inside here. And then I go to motion and I say go to this position, and here I can say maybe 360. And then I need to hide. So I go to looks and I hide it. Then I go to control and I get the forever. And still under control, I get create clone of myself. After every maybe 3 seconds. Then I say under events, when I start under control, when I start as a clone, what I need to do is to point in direction. I first set the rotation style, then I point in direction -20, minus 90, and then I go to front layer. Go to front layer is under looks, and then I show. Then I go to my control and I get forever.
You're going too fast. That's my
So I had to finish the class quickly, that I'm going to share with you this slide. So I move, maybe let's say, can be moving 5 steps. And when I try this, you say if I go to control and I say if it's less than, if X position is less than, so X position is under motion. If X position is less than maybe -300, then delete the clone, which is under control as well. Delete the clone. Yeah, so let me try it, see what happens. That's, I can say let this create a clone after every 1 minute. But then something you notice, this person also has to come to front layer. So I say, go to front layer. And the person, I need to change their size to be maybe 50. And let me see. So that would now bring out the exact thing about moving, scrolling backdrops. Any question?
Well, leave me. I want to do for that guy.
You don't have a girl, you have a trees. So you do for the dot. Do for the dot of the road, this dot here. If you don't understand, please raise up your hand or text in the chat. You can also make the tree to move. I drew it on the road, but you can draw it alone and also make it to move. Because the trees also always move. Everything in the background always moves when you're in a car, when you're moving, and in the opposite direction. This is what we call the parallax effect. Yes, Ethan, that's correct. The tree must be in its own sprite. So because of time, we are not going to look at PowerPoint presentations. I'm going to share with you the recorded video of the previous participants, and we just follow that tutorial to come up with your own PowerPoints for the presentations. So I'm going to take questions. After the questions, I close the class. You need like 3 questions, if there are any. I see Ronel and Misha, your hand is up. Christian, your hand is up.
Please, be just try to wait for us. We're going to do it as fast as we can. Yep, that's all.
So which language are you interested? But the next, we have another program which is specifically for web development. That's Python, HTML. You learn like 2 languages at a go, and you can develop web-based programs.
Like when you make a website.
That's how you would learn. The easiest way of learning programming, advanced programming, is by starting with the website. Because the same Python, I will ask, because if you learn Python, I don't know. I don't think it can go to that extent. Maybe depending on if it's for 1 month. But the 350 classes are those classes which require someone going. But if it's online, then it has to be cheaper. If you want a mentor, then they will still be coming and teaching you coding. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, we're supposed to continue with the robotics class.
No, you don't have to just learn robotics alone if you're interested in advanced programming as well. Okay.
You just teach me this.
You should set goals that by the end of next month, I have to be fluent in Python. And that passion.
Fluent?
Because
like the whole language.
You've been learning this robotics. You know, you've been seeing the C++ code, but can you write how many lines of C++?
I've been reading it, and I'm trying to get help from people to get apps that I can use to learn to master.
You don't need to get. Oh no, we shall start next week to look at C++ from basic principles. What?
It kept me calm, I kept confusing it. Like when my car is looking weird, I'm like, ah.
And they're connecting the Arduino, measuring current.
You see what I mean.
So I'm still waiting for questions. Otherwise, I'm going to end the meeting. Teacher, when I'm picking a sprite, it doesn't work. How? I see Kyla, please.
Teacher Solomon, when is the next when is this video going to be posted? What time will it be posted?
Sorry, I was muted. But this video is going to be shared today because we want you to start working on your projects today for the presentation. Yes, you can. If you have a follow-up question, just unmute yourself and then follow up.
So you mean that the other video of the contests, so that's when that's what we are supposed to be working on?
No.
Today.
Let me see, let me just share my other screen if you don't mind to show you what happens. The kind of email that you're going to receive. Perfect 3D animations, but they will not have motion. We now use the animations in Scratch to make them move. So just give me a moment. I'm looking for project guidelines. Okay, nice. So if I can share my screen, eight, and that's beautiful. I like how you, now what are you trying to draw? This is a map. So let me see. The guidelines. So Aitan, you can just allow me to share my screen and I share the guidelines before we allow you to share the screen again.
Who is sharing their screen?
me see. Can you see my screen now?
No.
You're not seeing something which has an email.
Someone is already sharing their screen.
Okay, let me.
In Teben does.
Okay. Okay. Now, this is the email that you're going to receive. It's going to have a final project presentation guidelines. And you're going to be told that the camp is coming to an end, blah, blah, blah. Then the date for presentation will be sent to you. So please download the PDF with the guidelines. So these are the guidelines. To register for the presentation, you will use that link if you want to compete. Then that's the link that you're going to use. And this is what you're going to be using to evaluate you. Importance of your innovation or idea to people is going to score 20%. If you don't understand anything you ask, then problem clearly stated with statistics, 5%. The demo working fine, 25, appealing graphics, 5, and so on. PowerPoints, the judges will contribute 85%, then 15% will be people who vote you. And you will have a maximum of 6 minutes to present, 3 minutes of present PowerPoint, 2 minutes of demonstrating and explaining your Spark project, then 1 minute of questions from judges. So this is the PDF that you're going to receive, which has all the guidelines. So think of an idea and develop a project in one of the following 6 areas. Choose one area or think of your own good idea in the following areas. Entertainment, it can be an educational game, a game with at least 3 levels of difficulty, a cool game you may think of, it might be a multiplayer game. B, people who always choose agriculture, health, education, business, innovation to address challenges facing people with disabilities or vulnerable groups, they get more marks from the judges. So I would not recommend, if you can't develop this, is when you can go for entertainment. So under health, you can build a project under health, under education, business, or to address these challenges here, as you see on my screen. You can use one of our ideas or think of your own idea. You don't have to be limited to only these ideas. You can also choose your own idea, which is in any of these sectors. So you should not choose the same idea with your friend. You should be unique. And you should show, if you're doing something which has been seen already, you should show us what you've added, what value you're adding to make yours different. Then your 5 slides should tell us your introduction, your project title, how does your project work, and how does your project help people, future plans for your project. So I think this was updated. Let me see final project. Quarterfinal pitches, quarterfinal. Let me just see a moment. Invitation to project presentations. Yeah, so these are the updated instructions which I'm going to send. Yeah. For August, this was for the previous months, but then you're going to use the same: entertainment, agriculture, health, education, business, or this. So if you have a question, please feel free to unmute and ask the last question.
Teacher Solomon, so we are supposed to do a PowerPoint thing. Where do you do the PowerPoint thing from? And when is the date of the competition?
The date is next week.
Which day?
It might be in the middle of the week.
Or we might be in school.
It will be in the evening at around 5 p.m.
5.
Yeah.
So it's next week, probably. You said probably during the
finals. On the 3 participants will be chosen to go to the finals. Finals will happen the other week, where people, as you've been learning, other people have been learning other programs, and you come together to compete for one prize.
So you would tell us the day when it will be happening.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, through today's email.
Okay. And so let me get this clear. You said each of our things should be unique. So if we have the same thing, for example, we have to make it different than someone else's.
Yeah. So don't share your project idea with anyone, and let someone not know what you're going to do.
Parent.
If you trust of course your parent has to help you. You can share. It's not competing. So why would you hide your project from your parent? So if you want to get inspiration, you can go to our YouTube channel and see what others presented. Let me just get for you one link of the previous, how PowerPoints are made.
We watched the competition in August.
Pardon?
We watched the competition in August.
You watched it. Let me share the link again. Then I show you the link to learn how to. We also have a link to learn how to make PowerPoints, which I'm going to share with you now before I leave, because I may send the link, the email in the evening after confirming. So that's the link to the video for last month for the finals. Let me share the one for the classes. Finals, learn how to add levels. Very tricky.
When you do finals? Jeff, have you already done finals?
Teacher Solomon.
Yes.
So when when this club ends of the coding thing, will another one start?
Yeah, there are more.
But just different things than what we are learning now.
Yeah. Actually, in the Ignite stage, you're supposed to learn a different language, and also because Scratch is just one language, but how about Python, how about C++, C#, those other advanced languages? So people who qualify can always apply for other programs.
So after the competition, we'll know which other classes will be there.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I needed to know. So the only problem is I don't understand. So it's like PowerPoint, like Microsoft Word.
Yeah, PowerPoint is like Microsoft Word. And I'm just looking for a video which you're going to use to learn how to come up with.
You get your slides from there, and then when it's time to share a screen, you share.
Yes.
Okay, that's all I needed to know. Thank you.
Welcome. So day 17, let me see. Semifinals. Let me see if it's this one. I'm looking for a video which teaches how to make PowerPoint. Yes, it's this one. So if you want to learn PowerPoint, use this. You're supposed to work on a final. In this video, you will see after the class, we spoke about how to come up with the PowerPoints as you're seeing here. So this is how a PowerPoint, if you still face a challenge in coming up with PowerPoints, you feel free to ask after watching this video. It explains to you how to come up with the PowerPoint and your problem.
So you taking that
So if you face a challenge, you may request, we may invite you tomorrow for a 30 minutes. I'm going to organize a 30 minutes meeting to help you learn, because it's also a must for you. Each class we teach, we have to teach them how to come up with PowerPoint. So if you watch this video and you still face challenges, tomorrow we shall meet for a 30 minutes meeting in the evening at around 5 p.m. And then we teach you how to come up with the PowerPoints. But for now, just watch that video. Okay, good. If there are no questions.
Want to answer, I'll give it.
I think I'm losing.
Teacher,
I'm losing you. The network. You keep on breaking.
Teacher, can you now hear me?
Yeah, I can now hear you.
I was saying that if you don't want to paint your own theme, and you don't want to use the PowerPoint that already has, and you want to get like a different one, where do you get them from? Do you browse it or?
Yeah. Let me try to show you how to browse them. So when I come here to Google, I always use there is this. Is
that a video?
After you getting your project from the Canva, so you just click on choose files here. Give a chance. That's it. Do you feel like you can follow that video and learn how to come up with PowerPoints, or you need a 30 minutes Zoom meeting tomorrow?
We can have a Zoom meeting just to clearly understand.
All right. All right, tomorrow we shall organize at around 5:30 a meeting for 30 minutes to just polish up the PowerPoint. We shall send you the same link, the same meeting link you always use to join these classes. At 5:30 tomorrow, we can organize one. So I see. Yes?
Teacher Solomon, after the competition, will you be the same person leading the other classes?
No. After the competition, you will have mentors, different mentors. This is still, I will also be coming in for some classes, but me, I always want to introduce people, but not to go further with them. So otherwise, if you're to join robotics, the robotics classes, like this one here, then you may be seeing me, because I'm also going to be teaching robotics classes. But if you're learning Python and other languages, you may be seeing other friends like Vivian, teacher Albert, teacher Claire, who will be leading you in those classes. Okay, if you want to ask a question, just unmute yourself.
Teacher Solomon, will there be a meeting at 11:30 tomorrow, or it's just at 5:30?
Just at 5:30. There is no, let me see. I think tomorrow, instead of having the class at 5:30, we can have it at 11:30 to clear that up.
Yes, thank you.
At 11:30 to clear everything up. Okay, if there are no questions.
Yes, sir, you have a class, right?
Ronel, unmute if you want to ask.
Is PowerPoint an app?
Yeah, let me show you how PowerPoint.
Oh, is it just some kind of website? Or
so this is how PowerPoint is, right? When you go to your computer, you just search for. This is PowerPoint. This is how it looks like.
so we have to download it.
I'm sure it is. It's on your phone already or on your computer already. You just have to search for it. If it's not there, then you search for Office on your app store on your phone. Then you will download it. So this is how it looks like. You will see tomorrow what happens. But try to first download it on your device. PowerPoint is
and is a breakfast.
Cool.
Down slowly.
Okay, now let's meet tomorrow if you have no more questions.
Okay, we found PowerPoint. We have PowerPoint.
You have.
We have PowerPoint.
Okay. That's there.
PowerPoint. We have PowerPoint. Bye, teacher.
Before you go.
Bye, Teacher Solomon.
Bye.
Thank you. Let's
Okay, come up with those good ideas and make me proud as well.
I already have an idea.
Me, I got an idea too.
You're muted. Teacher Solomon,
You have an idea too.
Yeah, don't share with anyone your idea. You have to surprise them. Eh?
Okay.
So I have an idea.
Then surprise everyone on the competition day. See you guys tomorrow at 11:30.
See you too.
See you too. You mean we're coming at 11:30?
Tomorrow to clear about the PowerPoints, to learn about how to come up.
Not 5:30.
At 5.
Not 5. Yes.
Earlier.
Bye. Thank you.
Adios.
Adios.